So the world of day-to-day life is sometimes called Olam Hazeh. It means this world. But it's a little bit it's not quite complete a phrase, because really the world that we're normally inhabiting is more like Olam Hazeh v'Hazot. It's the world of this and that. In other words, our ordinary way of moving through the day, through our waking day, is through constant interplay between this and that, reference between what we're experiencing and what we're imagining, what's happening right now and what we're going toward, what's happening and what our thoughts are about what's happening, what our commentary is about what's happening and what we believe should be happening instead, what's happening and what we perhaps would prefer were happening. It's always this and that. It's the ordinary way to go through. And yet there's this tremendous opportunity that many of us, many human beings, only get bare glimpses of every once in a while, which is that we don't actually need to constantly have the that. We can actually bring our consciousness fully to connect with the this, so that there's only this. We can do it at any moment, but it's so rare that we take this opportunity, except for those surprising moments when something shocks us, overwhelms us, and we're like, ah, and we're just completely there for a moment. But the invitation of meditation is to say, oh, there's actually this gift of freedom that's always available, that we can simply put down the burden of having to refer things to each other, compare things to each other. In other words, put down the burden of thinking. We don't always have to have that burden of thinking. It's not a burden if you only have it when you need it. It's not really a burden anymore. But if it's constant, if we're constantly acting, if we're constantly an actor in the story, and we never get a chance to just say, okay, this is this, and what is coming is whatever is coming. It's hinted at in the name, the divine name that Hashem says at the burning bush. Ehyeh asher ehyeh. I will be what I will be. That's the name of God. I will be what I will be. So much of religion is like putting so much energy into trying to give us some story about what's going to be. This is what's going to happen. This week's Parsha that we just saw is so rich in the history of the nations and the interplay and the children of Esav and Yaakov and what's going to happen in the future. But what's the basic name of God? I will be what I will be. So what happens when we notice the mental tendency, which we need? It's not a bad thing. We need to be able to have this mental capacity to expect and to anticipate. We need that. But we can also relax it. We can also put it down. And what we can begin to notice when we just put it down is that it's as if like we were taking a walk with Hashem hand in hand. Hashem was just with us, just being with us like a lover or like a parent or like whatever metaphor you want, just a loving presence, a loving being. You're walking hand in hand with Hashem, but you've been doing it for centuries and centuries, and at the same time you're living the rest of your life. So you forget about it. You forget you're holding hands with Hashem. And then we start to imagine such a way that, maybe one day I can reach Hashem. Maybe one day I can reach the divine, or I'll finally get it, or I'll finally understand, I'll finally get there. Whereas all the time, the reason why the divine is hidden is because it's constant. It's just the basic presence of existence, always, always there. But do we take the time to make it important? Because psychologically, we always want to make things important, agendas, things that happen in time. So in a way, we have to kind of sabotage our own brains. We have to use our normal ability to put things on the to-do list and make priorities and understand responsibilities, and we have to put nothingness on the to-do list. And that's what you all did today by coming. Right? Okay, so many things to do, but wait a minute, we have to reconnect. We have to stop for a minute and realize, oh, Hashem is here holding my hand the whole time. And it's not even something separate, because when you can put down the zot, put down the that, and just really be in Olam Hazeh, then there's just the presence of being in the forms of what's being experienced right now.